Valley Connection is brought to you by RPS Video Productions.
Welcome to this month's edition of the Valley Connection, where we bring you local information of what's happening throughout the Inland Empire. I'm Nancy Lopez.
And I'm Cesaria Hernandez. Thank you for joining us. And we hope that you're keeping out of the summer heat right now. We have another great show lined up for you this month.
You know, Cesaria, there are many challenges with families in today's world. Family Service Association has been a leader among nonprofit groups serving families in need since 1953. I had the opportunity to speak with Tom Donahoe, the Administrator of Senior Nutrition at FSA, and former Riverside County Supervisor Jim Venable on the importance of some of the services FSA provides.
And Nancy, something exciting I got to do was visit Marchfield Air Museum in Riverside. There are so many terrific exhibits for all ages, including more than 70 historic military aircraft. And there is one monument very close to our hearts. We had a chance to cover the 10th anniversary of the War Dog Memorial, a terrific dedication to America's forgotten heroes.
Also, we have our Valley historian, Rob Lindquist, telling us more about our local history.
There is so much more to share with you, so please stay with us and experience some of the Inland Empire through the Valley Connection.
The Camelot, a magnificent place locals describe as a castle. Located in the beautiful San Jacinto Valley, holiday retirement. Experience living like royalty as a resident at the Camelot with independent retirement living. Enrich your life with a warm, inviting sense of community and nothing to worry about but deciding among a full calendar of social activities, outings, and special events to participate in. Or you just might want to sit back and join in on a weekly fireside chat with friends and staff. Enjoy delicious and nutritious food as a chef prepares 3 meals a day for you. Whether you want a studio, 1 or 2 bedroom suite, they all come with a kitchenette and a refrigerator. Individually controlled heating and air conditioning with each suite, along with weekly housekeeping and linen services. As you experience the beautiful interior with 6 atriums throughout the building, come and enjoy the unique grounds of the Camelot. Independent retirement living and pet-friendly, one of over 300 holiday retirement communities across North America. If you are that independent retiree and ready to simplify your life, we invite you to discover all that holiday retirement has to offer at the Camelot.
Welcome back. And Nancy, we got to go out to the 10th anniversary of the War Dog Memorial out at Marchfield Air Museum. What a moving ceremony it was. Take a look.
Throughout the history of warfare, dogs have been used in a variety of ways to benefit the military. History recorded canine bravely holding their places beside their human handlers in times of conflict, acting as attack dogs, sentries, messengers, guards, and scouts. After the attack on Pearl Harbor in 1942, the American military recognized the need for a canine branch and stepped up their efforts to recruit and train dogs of war. In modern times, their training has expanded to include bomb detection, drugs, and contraband. However, war dogs have rarely been honored for their military service to our country. But recently, that has changed, and America's forgotten heroes have gotten their own memorial and special day of recognition. Welcome to the 10th annual War Dog Memorial here at Marchfield Air Museum. Joining me is retired Major General Paul Eaton, and we cannot thank you enough for sharing your time with us today, General.
Cecilia, great to be here, and it's such a great day and a great event. Thank you very much.
Well, let me ask you just a few questions about military dogs. What breeds of dogs are usually used in the military, and why these particular breeds?
Well, we have a classic, this German Shepherd. Whenever you think of military working dog, you think German Shepherd, but there are Belgian breeds, and there are a lot of dogs that we use in our army as well as other armies. Jack Russell's figure prominently in the Israeli army for IED sniffing. So it's dog specific for the mission that they're going to get.
All right. Well, what duties are you as military dogs usually trained to do?
Well, you can have a scout dog, sentry dog. You can have any kind of sniffing drugs or explosives. So again, we tailor the dog to the mission that's required. If you're going to have a scout dog, probably ought to have a bigger dog. If you're going to have a sentry dog, it's alertness that we're after more than anything else. If it's a explosives sniffing dog, it's the nose that we're after, and you don't have to be a big dog to do that. And the future of military working dogs is the more dogs we use, the more young men, young women will come home safe and sound.
What do you hope people take away from this memorial service today?
The big takeaway is how important dogs are in military applications, not necessarily offensive, but just military applications to save the lives of our great young men and women in uniform.
Very quickly, the person I want to bring up, and he's not expecting this, so what else is new with me, is the visionary of these two sculptures, okay? Mr. A. Thomas Schoenberg. Please come up here.
Joining me now is A. Thomas Schoenberg, creator and sculptor of the War Dog Memorial that you see behind me here, and also creator of such works as the Veterans Memorial over in Riverside National Cemetery and the Rocky statue in Philadelphia. Tom, thank you so very much for being with us here today. I want to ask you, what was your inspiration for this piece?
It really, one can go back to a simple phrase that I use over and over and over again, and that is, art imitates life. And I am really just a tool to imitate the image that you see here that was stimulated by these great fellows that have sacrificed so much, the handlers, and of course their wonderful dogs. So I am simply making an image of a response to their great sacrifice and their great efforts.
Well, what is the depiction here at the War Dog Memorial?
As much as anything, because there is a segregation in the figure of the soldier, the back side dealing with the armament, the front side dealing with the soldier and the dog, what I was really trying to achieve was giving the close relationship and the camaraderie that goes on between the handler and the dog. It's just an experience that can be duplicated with nothing else. And so I hope that I've been able to somehow create that image, but more so the emotion. I mean, what did these guys and their dogs and people, and today guys and gals, do as handlers? I just think it's a phenomenal achievement, and what a sacrifice they make for us.
celebration and memorial today. If you have the opportunity, come on out to Marchfield and take a look at this beautiful memorial. We'll be right back with more of the program right after this.
This RV Demolition Derby event can be seen on the valleyconnection.net website.
This morning we've come to San Jacinto, right downtown old San Jacinto, and on one side we've got the Lockwood House, built in 1884. On the other one, the Hogan, which used to be kind of the outlet for souvenirs for the Ramona play, the pageant, and the wonderful Spanish heritage that was here present in San Jacinto. Lots of themes in San Jacinto echoed a Spanish, Ramona, the story, the Helen Hunt Jackson thing. And here is one of the beautiful, the centerpieces of the downtown area of San Jacinto, and that is another OK Cree masterpiece. We're in downtown San Jacinto, we're here by the Hogan, and this is some really beautiful stonework. Very representative of this man's mastery in rock. There are leaf impressions here, there are minerals here, large rock, small. There is every kind of little souvenir from all over. Anza, Batista Canyon, Lytle Creek, the desert, and every one of them is fascinating. Even a little thing that, who was Geronimo? A question for everyone to contemplate. There are these fantastic bowls that OK Cree, that Ken Cree made. And there's a fountain over here we're going to look at. It's just a wonderland of beautiful rockwork and a wonderful, wonderful memorial to Mr. Cree, and a beautiful resource for all of us to come look at right here in our valley. It is probably one of the most incredible, monumental, artistic contributions by one individual to the San Jacinto Valley, and it goes unrecognized. Now imagine this slender, artistic man who just simply wanted to show what nature is all about, what rocks are made of, all these wonderful things about plants, and planted actually not only a landscape of plants, Native American plants in most cases, but also a landscape dressed out and really focusing on wonderful rocks and the wonderful art of putting rocks together into forms and shapes that are just unforgettable. You've got to come down here and see this wonderful park. It's a little park right here in San Jacinto. It was built in 1937, again by Ken Cree. What a tremendous talent. Here's a mill wheel behind us, a little fountain, and out of that Oya at the top, there used to be a waterfall that fell down there. That can be put back into operation. There's a pond here. There's just all these beautiful impressions. But what a tremendous treasure. And I certainly invite you all to come over here to San Jacinto and look what really is the centerpiece of the city and what really could do with even more appreciation, improvement, maintenance, care, and recognition. That's very important. Before we leave, I've just got to show you something that'll bowl you over. This is the biggest bowl in the San Jacinto Valley. This is typically Kenneth Creek at its best, with cactus, with the natural planting. So come see it. Let the kids see what a real big bowl is all about and what the beautiful Kenneth Gardens present to us, the people of San Jacinto and Hemet, as our legacy in stone.
Are you interested in promoting your business or service? Let our television program, The Valley Connection, work for you. With these uncertain economic times, let RPS Video Productions promote your business with a customized commercial or broadcast package that will be aired on The Valley Connection. To receive more information, contact Rob at rpsvideo.com. Now let's continue on with the show.
Celebrating their 100th year anniversary, we had a chance to experience a little of Banning history. The nonprofit Stagecoach Days Association is dedicated to continuing a long tradition of Banning's signature community 3-day event, Stagecoach Days. They had camp reenactment of years past, along with old-fashioned shootouts. We enjoyed great food and more. We don't want to forget the rodeo. Wow, what fun!
The degree of aggressiveness, control, and exposure demonstrated by Come on, you can do it, girl.
Due to the lack of airtime on this month's show, you can catch the rest of the highlights of this year's Stagecoach Days on our website, thevalleyconnection.net.
She's got a record wrestling. Everybody ready? Are you ready? Let's go. Let's go.
Thank you so much, Phil. I do appreciate it. Hi, I'm Phil, and you know I hate acting, but we love fixing cars, including the new hybrids. To learn how they feel to drive, come by and test drive our Honda Accord or Prius. Phil's Auto Clinic is fully equipped to do all of your hybrid service, including replacing the battery. Truly, we'll give your hybrid the same AAA certified service as always for computer reprogramming, electrical, drivability, smog, air conditioning, or routine maintenance. Call today for an appointment. Phil's Auto Clinic, where caring makes the difference.
And welcome back to the Valley Connection. And joining me now is Tom Donahoe, and probably a very familiar face throughout our valley, Jim Venable. And they are here representing the Family Service Association. And Tom is the administrator for the Senior Nutrition Program. And Jim and his lovely wife, Mary, are very involved with the volunteer program with the FSA. And we're going to start with you, Tom. Give us some background. I have to admit, I've never heard of FSA until now. So give us some background. How long have you been around and that kind of thing?
As I travel around the two-county area, I find FSA is one of the best kept secrets, which is not a good thing. FSA is a nonprofit organization that's locally grown. It started out over 63 years ago as an outgrowth of the Junior League in the city of Riverside that found a need for mental health counseling in the region. And so they formed the nonprofit. It started out with about $40,000 in the bank and about 5 full-time employees. Now we consider our service region Southern California, focusing on the Inland Empire region. We have over 400 employees, over 400 volunteers. We have 6 major programs that span over 28 communities throughout the two-county region that comprise Southern California. Our programs range from child care to senior programs to housing to mental health and what we call our emerging programs, which has one of the newest avenues in which we can connect to deal with poverty in our region. Instead of you going to the grocery store, we bring the grocery store to you. It's a FSA Mobile Fresh bus. It's a 47-foot RTA refitted bus that brings groceries out to areas that do not have a grocery store. They sometimes refer to those as food deserts. And so this gives either seniors or school districts, or particularly areas like that have mobile home parks, we can bring the groceries to them at a highly reduced cost. We serve in our total program probably over 25 to 30,000 unduplicated people throughout the region. Our program is senior nutrition, reaches over 13,000 people. And in Riverside County, the San Jacinto Valley is the heart of our service territory for Riverside County. We have been based in this region since over 2000, the year 2000, when the county went out of direct service business and contracted out to Family Service Association. We have since grown to encompass, we serve approximately 150 individuals on a daily basis in our meal program.
That's a lot. That's a lot of people.
It is, and we even have more people on a waiting list. And so our mission is to try to find out ways to fund and be able to take care of them. We also have in this region a child care program in the city of Hemet, and we are now going to have family counseling in the city of San Jacinto at the San Jacinto Community Center. So we're always looking for ways that we can connect, and one of the things that we've been most successful in connecting is when we reach out to the community and talk to the service clubs. We talk to the business organizations like the Chambers of Commerce. We let them know who we are and what we do and why we do it, because we fill the gap in services that cities cannot provide. Right. When we lost a lot of our tax base and fundings, when some of it shifted back to the state, all the water level of funding kind of decreased. It's kind of like our financial drought. And so we've become very creative, but we don't mind a challenge. We are very socially entrepreneurial with Family Service Association. But really our strength is families, and building families help us create strong communities.
And that is so important, having that strong family unit. Now the people that you service, they're homebound, right? These aren't people that can actually get out and grocery shop or go to the restaurants. These are people that are pretty much, right, at home. That
we serve both clientele. We really encourage people that can to come to the community centers where we serve a lunch program, because the socialization aspect is probably the most important. But those that cannot, the homebound clients, those are the ones we deliver to. And that's where we're so fortunate in the San Jacinto Valley to have strong partners. And we have such a strong network of volunteers. The volunteers really make our program successful.
And I'm going to go to you on this, because I know you've been at Sirdar Valley for many years as a county supervisor, retired, but here you are giving your time along with your beautiful wife, Mary. What made you volunteer, Jim?
Well, I guess we were driving around and we were getting very bored. We didn't have, like a lot of people that retire, you need to have a plan what you're going to do when you retire. Otherwise, you sit around and you play a golf until your fingers are sore and you don't play that no more, so you go on a boat ride or whatever you're doing. And we were
So you were looking for something.
We were looking for something to do, and Mary said, "I read in the paper that they deliver meals to people that are at home that can't get out to to buy their stuff and things like that." I said, "Well, where are they?" She said, "Well, they're somewhere over in San Jacinto. I'm not sure where." So we went to San Jacinto, started driving around through San Jacinto, went to the chamber building, went to San Jacinto offices and says, "Where can we find these folks?" And they told us, and we went and walked in, and sure enough, there was people in there cooking.
I hate to cut you off. Unfortunately, we are way out of time. But maybe we can bring you back at another time. We really appreciate you guys being on. We appreciate the services you provide to our community, the great things that you do. Thank you so much.
It's our pleasure.
Thank you. We'll be right back with more of the Valley Connection right after this. And as we close the show, I would like to thank my guests for being with me, and that was Tom Donahoe and Jim Venable. And if you have some time to spend that you would like to volunteer for this great nonprofit organization, pick up the phone and give them a call. Their phone number is 951-342-3057. Or you can go to their website for a lot more information, and that is fsaca.org.
And it's back to school time. Please be careful out there on the roads. We have lots of folks going to school early in the morning, and also those afternoon hours. You're going to want to watch out, especially as we get back into the routine again.
That's right. Speaking of routine, it's really important to try to maintain a consistent schedule for these kids. And also, if they can leave with a good, healthy breakfast, that's also important. And lots of sleep.
Lots of sleep. This coming from a teacher and a mother.
That's right.
We know. We really do. Be sure to look at our website, www.thevalleyconnection.net, where you can see this show or many of our previous shows.
Thank you so much for joining us, and please join us next time for more of The Valley Connection.